It was bedtime in the Bumblewee's household, and everything was almost ready for lights out. The stars were winking in the sky. The moon was hanging just right. The toothbrushes were back in their holders like sleepy soldiers, but one little thing was not quite right. Tommy Bumblewee's, age 6 3/4, was absolutely not ready to go to bedtime to go to sleep. Called Mum for the third time. But what if I am secretly a ninja who only trains at night? Tommy answered, standing on his bedpost and wobbling dramatically like a warrior of shadows. What if bedtime is when my real mission begins? Mum appeared at the doorway, arms crossed and eyebrow arched. Then the ninja better brush his teeth before someone calls the cavity monster. Tommy gasped, not because he was scared, but because he loved pretending. And just like that, he zoomed into the bathroom, leaping past lava puddles and ducking invisible lasers. He brushed like a toothpaste tornado and returned, panting, but still not sleepy. Not even a little. Mum handed him his favorite spaceship pajamas. Just go to bed, Tommy. But what if the bed isn't just a bed? Tommy said with big, blinking eyes. What if it's a teleportation pod to the dream galaxy? Mum tried to hide her smile. Then hop in, Commander Bumbleweet. Your galaxy awaits. So Tommy climbed into his pod, pulled the blankets over him like a cosmic cocoon, and pressed the big red imaginary button on his pillow. Boop! The room shimmered, and suddenly the ceiling turned into a window of stars. Zoom! The walls melted into space dust. And whoosh! The bed lifted off into the night sky, taking Tommy far. Far beyond bedtime, he found himself orbiting a bright and twinkly planet called Slemefra, home of the Snoozlewiff's fluffy yawny creatures that only spoke in rhymes and lived in pillows shaped like pancakes. Welcome, Tommy of Earth, yawned the Grand Snoozle, a marshmallow-shaped being wearing glasses made of candy canes. You're just in time for the Great Pillow Parade. I'd love to stay, said Tommy, but Mum said I have to go to bed. The Grand Snoozle gasped. Oh no, not bed. Bed is boring. You should bounce, float, flip, and flap before any of that nonsense, and just like that, Tommy was whisked into the parade, riding a pillow float that smelt like cinnamon toast. He waved to crowds of giggling stars and danced with moon mice in glittery socks. He bounced so high he could see dreams being written in the sky with sparkle ink. But just as he was about to ride the dream slider, swirly, twirly slide made of bedtime stories, loud voice echoed across the star, Tommy, just go to bed. Boop. The stars blinked out, and his spaceship bed crash-landed back in his room with a soft thump. Mum stood at the door, arms crossed again, holding a cup of warm milk. I'm trying to go to bed, Tommy protested, now wrapped like a burrito in his blanket. But the adventures keep pulling me in. Mum tucked the blanket under his chin and handed him the cup. Maybe it's your imagination that needs a bedtime. Tommy sipped the milk and whispered, what if my imagination doesn't have an FF switch? Mum chuckled and kissed the top of his head. Then give it a curfew. She turned off the light and closed the door. For 1 whole minute, everything was quiet until Whip. Tommy's closet door creaked open just an inch, and out rolled a teeny tiny creature no taller than a cereal box. It had whiskers made of shooting stars and socks that squeaked every time it walked. "I am Sir Snugglewisk," it whispered. "Bedtime knight of the dream realm." Tommy sat up slowly. "You don't look very knightly." Sir Snugglewisk puffed up proudly. "Well, I'm in training. Tonight's my first solo mission. I'm here to make sure you go to bed. Properly, peacefully, perfectly." Tommy tilted his head. "Wait, you're trying to make me go to bed too?" Sir Snugglewisk nodded seriously. "It's my noble quest." Tommy grinned. "Then I shall challenge you to the 3 trials of sleepiness. If you win, I'll go to bed." Sir Snugglewisk bowed. Challenge accepted. Trial 1, the tickle trap. Tommy leaped from his blanket, attempting a sneak tickle attack. Sir Snugglewisk zigzagged, dodging giggles like a champion, until Tommy fell backward, laughing too hard to move. Point for Sir Snugglewisk, the knight declared, puffing out his tiny chest. Trial 2, the silly story showdown. Tommy began spinning a tale about a broccoli king and his army of dancing spoons. Sir Snugglewisk countered with a story about a flamingo detective who solved mysteries using jelly beans. They laughed so hard they nearly woke the goldfish inconclusive. Tommy gasped between giggles. 1-2 on a trial 3, the final They both dove under the covers, wiggled into their comfiest spots, and faced each other. Tommy hugged Fluffer-Nugget, his teddy dragon. Sir Snugglewisk pulled out a mini marshmallow plush named Winky. The two stared at each other, unblinking thing. Tommy yawned. Sir Snugglewisk blinked triumphantly. "Ha!" he whispered. "Victory!" Tommy rubbed his eyes, which were suddenly very heavy. That was sneaky. "It's in the name," said the knight. "Sir Snugglewisk. Remember." Tommy's head sank into the pillow like a sleepy stone sinking into a cloud. The ceiling stars returned, but this time they didn't blink or bounce. They just glowed softly, gently, like a lullaby made of light. "Time to rest now," whispered the knight. "Let the dreams do the adventuring." Tommy mumbled something about pancakes and dragons and turned onto his side. Sir Snugglewisk tiptoed to the closet, paused, and gave a satisfied nod. Quest complete. And as the door clicked softly shut behind him, the night wrapped itself around Tommy like a big, warm hug. The stars above sighed in sleepy satisfaction. And just like that, for the first time that night, Tommy Booze just went to bed.